Hey guys, podcast number 3, week 3.
No.
Unfortunately, I couldn't have the guy on that I was going to have on today. Scheduling conflicts, but I'm still hoping to have him on in a week down the road here. But I did get 3 guests that are very special to me. They got a lot to do with the success of my real estate business, also life in general. I was thinking today, the first podcast I had 1 guest, second podcast I had 2, and this time I have 3. I hope that doesn't continue because we're going to run out of room in the gondola. I've also been listening to some of your guys' feedback. Thad Castillo, thanks a lot. I went out and bought a gimbal, so hopefully this is a little smoother when we're stopping, like right here. We'll see how this works. It's supposed to balance it out, keep it even. Also, Lewis, clear over across the pond in England. I appreciate your feedback, and I appreciate your feedback as well. So the first podcast I did on a Thursday was 30 minutes long. I didn't do one last week because I figured 30 minutes was probably good for 2 weeks. But I will keep doing that on Thursdays for the market. As far as the market goes, since I didn't do one last Thursday, I want to talk about development real quick. And then I'll bring my guests in here. There's a development in Silverthorne. It's gonna be right on the river. It's called Blue River Flats. The first phase is rolling out with 20 units. They start off at, the first one, low 500s. It's at 520,000. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,100 square feet. I believe that one has a mountain view of 3 peaks there in Silverthorne. And then it goes up to 633, and that's gonna be right on the river. But awesome fly fishing. There's a garage, great layouts. I got a bunch of information on this property and this development, or these properties in this development. I've been emailing, texting, calling, a bunch of you sending videos and talking about this. But it's definitely something to look into. I don't imagine these being around too long. It's just $5,000 to put down a reservation for one of the units. It's 100% refundable until you sign the contract. There's payments once you sign the contract. It's 5% down. Once the framing is up, it's 5%. Once the drywall is up, it's 5%. So there's 15% down there, but just to reserve it, 100% refundable, $5,000 down. I would definitely jump on this. Even if you have any inclination of wanting one of these properties, I would definitely jump on it. The only other property I want to talk about is one that I'm actually holding open 3 times this week. I'm gonna hold it open on Thursday, I'm gonna hold it open on Friday, and then I'm gonna hold it open again on Sunday. And it's 58 Trappers Crossing, unit 8769 in Keystone. It's listed at $415, and it's a great location, great unit. It's well done, and I'm really excited to be holding that open. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring my 3 guests on here, and since they've been bouncing in and out of the video, you might know who they are already in the hints that I've been given. But this is my lovely wife, Ray.
Hello.
This is our oldest, Elena. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi. Elena. And this is our youngest, Emery. And like I said, honestly, they have a lot to do with the success of my real estate business and life in general. I couldn't be any happier. We actually just bought a house here not too long ago, and a few reasons I wanted to have them on. We talked about how Shelby got here and where she came from and her story, and Shauna and Jeff's. And then I kind of realized, well, what about me? And so I thought I could tell you guys a little bit about myself, but instead of me blabbering and ranting, I thought I'd bring Ray on and let her tell you how we got here.
Well, so Scott and I started dating in 2013, I believe. And a couple months after dating, he was like, hey, let's go to Breckenridge. I have a friend friends that live in Denver. We'll go for a ski trip. And I was like, okay. I never really explored Colorado growing up, that I remember anyways. So he brought me out here and we loved it. He had lived out here previously in 2011, so he knew a lot about Summit County. And so we had a great time, and a year later, we came back to Breckenridge again, and we ended up getting engaged. And then 5 months later, we got married at Copper Mountain, which is probably, would it be 30 miles from Breckenridge?
It's about 30-40 minutes.
Yeah. So we spent a lot of time traveling out to Colorado to plan our wedding. So then we got married in 2014 in Copper. And then we
The door opened up. She tried shutting it, but the stroller's in the way. So we're just gonna keep on going here.
And then we lived up in Montana at the time after we got married, and Scott had finished with his job in the oil field. So it was either we decided we were moving to Iowa, or we were moving to Summit County, and I pushed for Summit County.
She really did. Like I lived here in 2011. I love Summit County. Like she said, we vacationed here a lot. But we got a lot of family and friends, and we know Iowa, and we grew up in Iowa, and we're a couple small town Iowa people, and I love the way I was raised, and Ray felt the same way, and we thought maybe we should take our girls back there as well and raise them the same. But Summit County, it offers so much for kids, and just the different opportunities that they would get here. And it's a little tough being away from family and friends, but I think in the end, it'll be well worth it.
Yes, I absolutely love living here, and I'm really excited to raise our girls here. They're just, the scenery is beautiful. There's so many outdoor activities that we can do. And for instance, tonight we're going to Dillon, Colorado to see the ice castles.
Yep.
And I've never been, but I've heard that they're awesome, and it's a great kid-friendly activity. And they have 6 locations, one in Utah, one in Colorado, one in New Hampshire, and a couple in Canada. And I guess they spend a lot of time making these ice castles, and at night they turn on LED lighting, and it's great kid activity, and they recommend that we take sleds for the kids. And they
Yeah,
can go
little tip for you. They said it might be tough with a stroller, so take a sled for the kiddos.
Yes, and they have I guess there's slides built in and tunnels for the kids to go through, and I guess it's a really fun experience.
And depending on weather, it'll be open till...
Yes, and I believe it's still open for several more weeks. They just opened at the end of December. It's kind of dependent on the weather, how cold it is. But yes, I'm really looking forward to taking the kids there, and I'm sure they'll have a wonderful time.
Another great event that's coming up, and they just made 12-foot by 12-foot snow blocks in downtown Breckenridge in a parking lot. They're 25 tons, and they invited different teams from all around the world. It's an international tournament for snow sculpting. And they actually started sculpting. They made the blocks this last week. They're going to start sculpting today through the 26th, 65 hours, night and day. They work to get these done, and you should look it up. They're absolutely phenomenal. I'm sure this year will be no different. This is the 28th year. And yeah, you can just go and walk around. You can watch them make it, or next week is the viewing week, and then you can throw in your vote. There's judges that vote, and then there's also a viewers vote as well. But it's really fun. It's an awesome event. There's always something going on, just like I said, and I want to let you guys know about it. I think probably the biggest thing here the last few days is we got 15 inches in the last 2 days here in Breckenridge. So get up here, let's go skiing together, let's look at some properties. We'll talk to you later, guys. Bye. You want to say bye, Elena? Bye-bye? Bye-bye.